What up, YouTube? It's your boy Banks, and we back in the building, you feel me? It's True Talks, cause True Talks, alright? Let's get straight right into it. So you already know, man, last night, like I was saying before, obviously, as we know, it was the season opener. The season opener, day one of the NBA is back, fully flooded, fully back at it, ready to go. You know what I'm saying? In a groove. Obviously, the Bucks, protected their home court on ring ceremony night. And, obviously they got the win. They blew out the Brooklyn Nets. And, obviously you can't overreact to that fully because, we already seen it work. They were towing the line from going to the actual, basically going to the conference finals. They would have beat the Hawks and then go to the finals, right? They were on the toe, basically a toe away. And that's without Kyrie. So again, even though they lost without Kyrie now, it's more so, acclimating. They did a lot of different adjustments. Like they had, KD at the 3, which I didn't like. I wanted KD at the 4 and then actually start Patty Mills. Let Patty Mills do some type of replacing in Kyrie. It will be a different, obviously, off-ball movement will be similar, but he'll add the whole Steph relocating, running around, a component to the offense, which will create better flow, etc. So, I think they'll probably adjust that as they seen he went 7 for 7. But other than that, it was a great game other than the blowout. But, I kind of expected the Bucks to win. This is why, again, you should need or could have kept Kyrie on the road for this type of reason. But let's not get into that. It's not about the Nets or the Bucks. It's about the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? And, the Lakers, obviously in the nightcap, played the Warriors and they were home. So you would think that they would, first game out the gate, kind of start out, they started out aggressive. They started out with lead throughout 3 quarters, and they were controlling the lead, controlling the game. But at the same time, if you really paid attention, I was like, Warriors are gonna come back. One, because it's not like they were sometimes they were getting good stops like in the paint, but the Warriors had bare open threes. Steph was struggling, like they had bare open threes. They were just missing. Even Poole was missing a couple threes. Like Wiggins was missing some threes. Like guys, they were missing wide open shots. So I was like, okay, eventually they're going to start hitting these. And the Lakers were hitting shots. Like LeBron was killing, AD was killing. But other than that, like, it's like, can that be maintained, right? If you're only up by this amount of margin with your main guys killing, is that going to be maintained, right? It's not like you're padding. You're just giving open shots. You've seen the passing by Golden State and things starting to obviously shift and things started to change and the momentum started to shift. So, and this was mainly with Steph not on the bench. So, this is what I'm saying. It's going to be a struggle with the Lakers in terms of their play style. Like LeBron did what he's supposed to do. And he, like what I even said, people love LeBron for running to the paint and killing whatever. I said that LeBron, can't be the same LeBron that's going to play with Westbrook. He has to be able to kill off ability, be a skilled player, be a skilled shooter. Like from time what I said, when Kawhi and them force him to be a skilled shooter, he's going to have to live and be doing that in order to actually beat these guys. They didn't face the Clippers in the playoffs, obviously, but now you see, without even great defense, just by default, because Westbrook is there and you're going to sag off Westbrook, the paint's not free no more, you're going to have to be a skilled shooter, right? A skilled shot creator type of guy. And LeBron has it in his bag, but can he live and die by that every day, all day, 24/7, like how KD and some of these guys can't? And you've seen LeBron do it in game 1, and it was killing doing it and still resulted in a loss. And that's what I try to tell. Oh my God, Banks, what are you talking about? LeBron knows this to be a skilled shooter. That's why you seen him even doing one-legged, like just doing recklessness. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. But at the end of the day, I'm going to show y'all even more why. So the result was the result. And this is not something that's really going to change. People are always like, they have high praises. They have high this and high that, right? And all this type of stuff with the Lakers. But time will always tell. And play style, at the end of the day, you can't manipulate the play style. You can't manipulate personnel. And if you paid attention to it and you weren't being biased and you just seen what you saw, I already knew Russ and LeBron are the same type of guy. Obviously, LeBron's the way better version of Russ, but they're the same type of play style. Killing the paint, shoot here and there, but killing the paint. LeBron, obviously, his shooting here and there is way better than Russ's, but it's still the same play style. Triple-double monster, go and attack the paint. I need shooters around me. That type of play style. They're the same. Now they're on the same team. So who's going to spot up? Like Russ has the ball. Bron is just going to spot up. Like, you're going to see. Let's go into the context. Because I give you that context. Let's go straight right into it, boy. All right, so we start off here. Obviously, AD's at the 5 right now. And my goodness, set the screen, and AD and LeBron were basically killing. Reverse the screen. That's a travel. That's a great reverse pivot. He said that's how I live it. But, bruh, that was a travel, though, at the end of the day. But good way to readjust. My goodness. Iguodala's got bodied by AD. My goodness. Are you crazy? My goodness, base. He said, I'm not phased. I can hit B. I got the mid D. And you can see Westbrook clapping. And, you know, his shots were clapping for real, for real. Good high-low. That's the great thing about Steph. He keeps relocating, nonstop movement. And, you know, his conditioning is elite at the end of the day. What are we doing here? Westbrook back in the game. And then look how they shrink the floor. Watch when Melo gets the ball. Watch right here when Melo gets the ball. Look, this is what I'm talking about. The play style, the personnels, they're going to clash with the Lakers just in terms of the roster. Look at this. Look where these men are helping and sagging off of. You know what I'm saying? They're gapping OD on Melo's post up, basically forcing you out the paint, living and dying with you shooting, or passing to the other guys who can't shoot and forcing them to shoot. And that's at the end of the day, that's what they're doing. Look at this. Rondo and Westbrook in the same spot, in the same vicinity. You're going to sag off of them. They can't shoot like that. Like, this is where the play style clash and the personnel clash and the fit isn't right. And I've been said it about the roster. That's why I don't have any high praise with the Lakers. Look at this. And even though Melo, look at the island, even look at all the people in the paint. Even though he created an and one foul, he can't even go to the paint if he wanted to. And this leads to why you saw LeBron shot creating like that at the highest magnitude that you ever seen him shot creating in a minute. Melo. He said, hold on, fellow. Oh, man. Melo played around. Melo not serious. LeBron's like, what, nigga, what? What are we doing? Really? I should have just shot it up. Instead of pausing, he should have just if he pump faking and continued it, he would have got a lane violation on them. But, you know, he was loafed in. What are we doing here? See right here on the post? Look, LeBron's going to get in the post. You see Westbrook. Look how they sag off Westbrook. And then you still got the white. Look at the sagging. Look at the shrink in the floor. LeBron can't even go to the paint like that. OD. You see this? And then Westbrook, obviously now he's going to the paint. And look at this. This is just no spacing. This personnel clash. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Look at this. What are they going to do off the ball? What are they going to do? Look at it. See? They sag OD. They didn't even care about switching. He even followed. Look at this. Look at what they did. Even with LeBron hot. With LeBron hot, they sagged off of Westbrook OD. Look at, you know, Lee's in the paint with Dwight, and look how they left LeBron. And LeBron is hot right now. LeBron is even on fire, and they still left him. They still left him in the clutch time because at the end of the day, this is the personnel. This is why I said, are they going to spot up? Is man's going to leave them and have them spot up? Is that going to work now all of a sudden? They shrink the floor. They collapse OD, force them to shoot. We'll recover. We'll live and die by that. Look at this. See, they stayed on Melo. And this is, it's not like it's LeBron's fault, but this is just a personnel clash. You know what I'm saying? You want LeBron shooting. My goodness. And we out there. And, you know, Andes don't even have elite defense. Look in transition. Gotta go. My goodness. Pool? He said my jump shot wet? It's like I'm in a pool? And that should be a charge. What are we doing? See? Man sag off. Okay. Pump fake. Nice. Escape. Monk me. Malik. Bucket wasn't sweet. What are we doing here? See? Westbrook right here has the ball. You see, look at this. Sag off again. They sag off Braun again. Look at this. Look at the paint. It just clogged OD. That's what they help. And that's what I'm saying. Mans are going to roast Westbrook. They're going to, you know, basically roast him like he's Ben Simmons. But look how he looks different in this play style. And then that actually worked. Bad defense on the PNR. But they're going to roast Westbrook and kill Westbrook as if he's supposed to all of a sudden be a shooter now. Run the play. Go there. Go there. But they're going to roast Westbrook as if he's like supposed to be a shooter now. Like, look at this play right here. See? LeBron was on Bialicha and he switched to Lee. You see that? They switched off the back screen. See, look, pump fake right here. LeBron steps up and look at Otto Porter. Otto Porter's going to set the back screen off LeBron's guy on Melo for the open shot. That's a great play. That's beautiful. My goodness, LeBron. Melo's stuck. My goodness, Lee. He said I can shoot the three. What are we talking about?
See, they switched. Obviously, Eagle didn't want to switch, but they got killed on the screen. Bielitsa on LeBron. Obviously, you know, normally he would blow by and go to the whole paint, but look, he knows the paint is going to be clogged because the Westbrook personnel. My goodness. Boom. My goodness. Bron James said that he's on game with the step back. You said, you better get back. Bruh, like, even he's playing beautiful. My goodness. Scoop me. Introduce me to Jordan. He said, I'm important. Look at this turnover charge, breaking his whole chest. God, the paint is not free no more. You add Westbrook, mans will sag up. Like I told y'all, this is what happened in Houston. It's the same shit. Houston even had shooters galore. So imagine now when you have Bron, you have Westbrook, you have Dwight, like, and look at that. See, they're not going to even step, like, they didn't even step up, and he's hot. He's hot right now. And it still came down to him having to make that in the clutch time. Do I trust mine? And my goodness. Iggy. He still has it, man. What are we doing? And that could have been a travel. What are we doing here? Offensive foul. You know, Dwight's going to get 1-2 of those brawling punches per game. But at the end of the day, like, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, you got to understand that, like, this personnel, the clash, like, LeBron is having 30-something, 31, 33, all off ability. They don't switch. Miscommunicate. And the defense is not even guaranteed. At least before, the defense was guaranteed. And they can kill you in transition, etc. But, like, Golden State only came and turned the game around now. But they had open shots the whole game. They just were missing. Steph was even struggling. Like, look at this. That's a baby. That's Gerber. You better serve her. Bielitsa. Bia. My goodness, that boy, man. He played elite. Yeah, that's ISO. He said, I'm going to go psycho. And then what are we doing here? Look, they even play, like, they have a new dynamic with the Golden State Warriors with Bielitsa. And look at this. See? Look at it. The paint clogged. Good relocate, Bradley. My goodness. Only him. They brought him in at the end, and you know what Bradley does? What are we doing? Good pass. Good defense. Finally, great defense. They rotated quickly, but even then, if you pass it properly, that's another open shot. They brought Steph back in because he's like, enough is enough. Kerr, like, enough is enough. Let's go now. It's go time. And that we're doing that all with Steph on the bench. You know what I'm saying? So, like, this that's what I'm talking about. Good handoff. What are we doing? That's unstoppable. That's unstoppable. There's nothing you can do about that. Even 80 played elite. So, like, come on. And still, what are we doing? Oh, he just missed that. He just missed that, boy. You got to make that. What are we doing? Okay, transition. They're going to sag off Rondo, obviously. Okay, Melo go to work. 80 in the post. He said it's Gerber. You better. Ray. Huh? All I'm going to say, it's a legal position. He was talking about when AD just turned last second, right? That should be offensive foul in his mind. But look right here. See? Melo's in the drop coverage. You can't be in the drop coverage. Bad defense. And you know that's Steph. Are you on math? Psst, my goodness, bro. That's Steph Curry, man. Get buckets in a hurry, man. Melo, what are you smoking? Ooh, dog. You got to switch that or play up on the gap and hedge hard. What are we doing? My goodness. Reverse the screen. Good pass. That's got to go then. You got to catch that, be elite. So that's why Draymond's like, God damn, get the ball. I passed to you. He's like, my fault. He's like, my fault. Don't worry. Good shit, boy. See, they're going to force them to shoot. This has always been the Lakers' weakness for how many years? Only the bubble they were splashing. That's why I said it was cap. Look, relocate. My goodness. Curry knows, so he put his hand up. That's the one guy you don't help off of. The one guy you don't help off of is Bradley. Live with Westbrook going into the paint. When mans are in the paint. What are we doing? Bia. Late, sir. Yo. He said, I'm going to eat my pizza. I'm hungry, boy. What are we talking about? What are we doing? And then right here, look at this. This right here. This is what I've been saying all day, every day, the whole time. This look at LeBron, they sagged off of. LeBron is even hot right now. LeBron is on fire, on fuego. He's hot. His, hot spaghetti. He's cooking. The pot is on the stove. And they still left the man open in the clutch time. Do I trust mine? It's not no knock on LeBron. It's not saying LeBron isn't clutch. It's about personnel. We could just gap shrink the floor. He's the only non-shooter. And even Bays, they can help off too. Even don't overreact to his shooting. Force him to have to shoot it. Get back and look. And that's what I'm saying. This is not even the greatest teams right now. Go past. It's not even the greatest teams in the West. You know what I'm saying? They're playing with a popping big right now. They're not even, there's no Jokic. There's no, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. And then kill. Look, everyone help. It's off Braun. Even though it's a foul, the point is mans can help in the paint now because there's no shooters around the floor. There's one shooter, and even though their shooters aren't really shooters, force them to shoot. There's always been the Lakers' weakness, and they didn't answer anything this offseason in terms of shooting. Yeah, it's a challenge. Like, that's what I'm saying. The guys who they have that they call shooters, they're scorers. Playing in a spot up row with no rhythm, that's like, it's different to just stand there and spot up. And then another foul. Bielitsa was just killing. He's the one. He's been the one killing OD. Like, just playing smart, playing with IQ, multiple bigs that can pass in the interior. It's basketball. He's like, I hit all ball, man. Like, what are y'all talking about? Look right here. Look at Bielitsa and look at Lee. Look how they're shrinking OD. They even get defensive three in the key because they're just leaving Westbrook and Bays wide open on the weak side, shrinking the floor. And he gets a defensive three in the key. And even AD still missed the free throw. But that's not the point. The point is, mans can shrink the floor. Look, mans can shrink the floor. It's an ISO for LeBron. Shrink the floor. LeBron's not going to the paint no more because he has to. And he was eating, and still it doesn't matter. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. He was actually doing his role, being a skilled shooter. Look right here now. Look at the IQ. Bielitsa setting the down screen for Stat, slips it instead of setting it. Backdoor, killed Bays, and then right now Westbrook got to help, and an interior passing elite. My goodness, don't jump. Stay on your feet. Yo, he said the pain is sweet. No defense. What are we doing? And then look, you saw what Lee did? Lee shrank the floor and reached on LeBron, forced him to pass to Westbrook, and canceled the whole downhill attack. And then now look, one-on-one, mano-a-mano, help off that, obviously. Rebound. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Is Bays all of a sudden going to be a shooter now? Like, even Bays himself, like, he's more of a defender. He's trying to be 3-and-D, but how much threes could he score? Like, we saw